So Nigel, hello. How are you today?
I'm very happy to be here on a celebratory weekend for me.
What's going on?
This is my 55th birthday this weekend.
Wow, that's amazing.
And, super happy to be alive. The privileges of being alive and playing music, and a bit daunted this morning because I happened to catch a show you got earlier in the week.
Oh, yes.
And I noticed I'm on a slightly different amplifier today. Now, only the very best people in this world get to play on the Matt Schofield 2-Rock amp. So who did you have in this week?
Well, this week we had Adam Miller in, who is a 2-Rock user and is buddies with Matt Schofield as well. So I got some behind-the-scenes Matt Schofield stories, which was really cool. But you're on the 2-Rock Matt Schofield signature amp, which is lovely.
And I've chosen a special birthday guitar today. I don't play these often because they've got so many freaking buttons and dials, and they can be a bit off-putting, but the colour is irresistible on this.
That is irresistible. That is...
It's the colour of Donald Trump. It's called Trump Orange.
Trump Orange.
Yeah.
It's a limited run.
Wow.
Cool, man. That's a beautiful guitar.
Gorgeous Gretsch.
That is from here on consignment from a gentleman in South Australia.
Now, what sort of pickups do Gretches have? Are these humbuckers?
Yes, but they call them Filtertrons, or they might be TV Jones, actually. Does it say TV Jones on
It says
that?
TV Jones
TV
on them.
Jones,
What is
yeah.
it? Is that
Well,
version?
they're like a better version of the Filtertrons, so apparently. But I like the Filtertrons as well. Humbuckers, especially for Gretsch.
Oh, look, it's a beautiful thing, and I love the little thumbnails over the top. Makes it easy for a numpty like me to see where I am. I'm sure
Very
they added
nice
those
indeed.
just for me. And like that's a proper pick guard, you know.
It is. Yeah,
that's not
you're not
floppily hung on there like a kind of half-done thing.
Let me just switch cameras and
that
we'll
is
have a look
work
at that
of
bad
art.
boy. Hold it.
I might not use the whammy bar, which is not called a whammy bar on this, is it? It's a big spin. Mr. Bixby invented something quite different.
Look at that. Shiny orange.
So
Get a bit of
very
the
privileged to
green
play this morning. But then, you turn 55, you ask for the best guitars in the store.
You can have anything you want. There's a Schofield.
Oh yeah, look at this. Now people should notice, they probably won't, look how loud I've got it. That would be precisely nothing. That is at 0.01. Yeah. In fact, this amplifier in your home would be a weapon of mass destruction.
That would clear the block, clear the neighbourhood block.
Yeah, you wouldn't need a lot of amplification if you're playing a small gig with that thing. It's tremendous.
It's lovely. Well, are you doing anything special for your birthday?
Well, a bit of a family gathering and a bit of a jam at my house tomorrow night.
Okay.
The price of entry is a song, which is a high bar that's been set.
Yes.
Including I'm having to probably do my own one, which is okay.
That's all right.
But
you've got a new song coming.
I have. Yeah. I've got to keep up with the family, It's like quarter of a million Spotify plays. I mean, got to keep up with.
Is that young Tammy?
That's Tammy.
No kidding.
Jeez, that's got to be amazing. That's almost $25 in revenue. It's like. Go Spotify.
She's doing well.
Yeah.
Well, if you've tuned in, Nigel's on the Gretsch there. That's a Jet Flame Orange, and I am on a 72 or 72, I think maybe. Japanese reissue telly. So
can't go wrong with a Japanese telly. And the interesting thing to me, it sounds magnificent. Of course, you've got your very, very nice telly now.
I do.
Not for sale telly.
Not for sale at the moment.
I reckon that's a good 80% of it right there for about 8% of the money. So
you've got your tone. Whoop, miss hit.
Oh, that's a skill, that one. That separates
a skill
out.
Not used.
That separates out the noobs from the proper telly players. Those who can use their little finger to wind the button at the same
Roy
time.
Buchanan.
Oh,
lovely.
The violin
like
effect. It's very, very beautiful. So,
who have we got on with us today, Michael? I mean,
Nigel. Hopefully we've got Michael's the co-host.
Michael
of the
Ray is
show.
on so much. I'm starting to call you Michael Ray.
Yep.
Michael Ray, thanks for being here today. John Collier. Hi guys. Hi John. Michael Ray again. Happy birthday, Sir Nigel.
Thanks, Mike. I'm very happy to.
That's pretty cool.
Be here and doing all these things, and It's going to be a musical weekend. Started it by watching that documentary you recommended on Muscle Shoals.
Ooh, yes, good. Like that?
My goodness. I had no appreciation of the rivalry that had arisen between the two studios from the Swampers.
Yes.
Sweet Home Alabama Swampers.
Yes, yes.
And the original guy, whose name I've forgotten now, who owned the first studio. And my goodness, that rivalry produced some amazing music.
They're all white guys in that
That's
studio
the
as
shocker.
well.
All white guys. And it really kicked off with Aretha Franklin.
That's right.
And,
She did a few tunes there. She
Wow. And,
couldn't believe they were white guys.
It's an astonishing documentary because all that footage of the Rolling Stones turning up there and...
Yeah, it's cool. I haven't seen that one for a while. Where'd you see that? Is it on Netflix or something?
It's on a thing called Doc Play, which is another new streaming service for $5 a month. You get every documentary ever made. And there's a whole music channel on it. So I'm working my way through that as my birthday weekend treat.
Well, speaking of documentaries, Blues Brothers.
Yes.
One of the true-to-life docos.
You know it's one of my favourites.
Now, it's Sir Nigel's birthday weekend, so he requests whatever he would like, and we're sort of tying it back to December, because we're actually both Sagittarians, weirdly enough. It's my birthday as well.
Let's have some Sagittarian famous guitarists, shall we? And any other requests I want. So number one, Matt Guitar Murphy.
Matt Guitar Murphy, that's right.
Born in 1929, so elderly gentleman, no longer with us. Salute to Matt. And I think he's the making of the Blues Brothers, like going into Aretha Franklin, speaking of connections, into their little fried chicken dive in Chicago. And 4 chickens and a Coke. Yeah.
Jake.
This is 3. Oh, I'm getting that right. Trivia, isn't it? 3 fried chickens and a Coke?
3 fried chickens.
And a white bread toast. And Blue Lou is there as well as the assistant chef. And he's the saxophone player.
Naughty.
It leads to the greatest performance of respect that I know. It's just awesome. And that is my favourite little mini segment out, because who's the guitarist who's playing outside?
John Lee Hooker.
John Lee Hooker.
Yes.
And if you get the extended edition of the movie, the later one they found the footage from, they play his whole song.
Oh, right.
So
okay.
they
Can you
lost
get that
it. It got trimmed
on
in
YouTube
the original cinema release.
Wow.
If you get the DVD set, do you remember DVDs? You
yes.
downloading kids probably don't, but the DVD set has a remastered, longer edition, and it contains more music. So
that's cool.
Has John Lee Hooker's full version.
Do you still have a VHS player?
No.
Gone.
No. Gone. But I do have a DVD player, and that's
oh, yeah.
So it might be Blues Brothers tonight, mate. Now you're talking about what have you got? What does he play? What do they play that I can play?
I thought we would do Everybody Needs Somebody.
The opening song.
It's kind of cool.
From the concert scene, everybody. It's great. I'd like to welcome all the members of the Illinois law enforcement community.
Orange whip, orange whip, orange whip. Let's have a look.
Okay.
So we're going to start with it's a fast-changing series of chords. Yeah. Starting on a C. We're going to play it as a bar chord up here. 6 string. Fret 8, excuse me.
A real C?
A real C. To a real F. To a real B flat. That's it. So it's... Send you mad doing this.
Oh my goodness.
Happy birthday, Nigel.
I do, yeah. It's great. Yeah, we're both suffering from a bit of Melbourne hay fever today, aren't we? So,
excuse me, viewers.
So that's very cool, but my goodness, it's testing.
Yes. Hello, Peter Lawson. Peter Lawson is on. See you walking your doggy all the time. Don Pollard, great doco. Wayne Randall, good morning.
And then they add it's got a little bit more funky feel to it, but there's 2 guitars. There's Steve Cropper's there as well.
Yeah.
his famous Telecaster, Donald Duck Dunn. Now these characters also are part of that whole Muscle Shoals community as well. So
Booker T and the MGs.
And I was a tiny bit disappointed this morning actually because you sold the Angus SG. I had my eye on playing today.
I did. We
They don't
do
last
occasionally
long, mate.
have to sell things, and Panda eats Wagyu beef. It's very expensive. Wayne Randall, morning guys. What type of pedals are you using?
Let me tell you what pedals I'm using.
Nigel,
Two Rock.
Nigel is straight into the amp.
Yeah.
Where am I looking? Over there.
And
I've
so we've got a bit of gain set, but we
Yeah.
have 0.1 on volume.
I'll show you quickly what I've got.
Yeah, you've got the Colonel's
You'll be
classic
surprised.
cheap combination
It's
there.
super cheap. Okay, we've got a. Hang on.
You've
Let me
got a
just zoom back.
wah.
Got a wah wah, which is one of those auto wahs, right? So I don't have to click it in. And then you've got
a Mua?
here a Mua,
A yellow
compressor, a modified tube screamer, which we used to do here many years ago.
Which
And,
family of mods did you follow?
It was we used the Malaysian chip in this one, not the Japanese JRC chip. And if you happen to own one of those, I think we sold about 100 of them around the world. So we don't do them anymore. They're rare.
You're a modder.
I'm a modder. I'm just using the Blues Mood. Oh my God! I should have got some. I should have had a beer. And,
we should have had beer.
analog
And we should have had
echo.
Alan.
We need. Yeah,
And
I
an
should have
echo.
switched the shows around today and had.
Yes, medicinal ales.
Start with drink beer, play guitar, and then slowly move into the normal show.
Yeah.
Shall we do it? Shall we play along? Oh, the only other part to that, we've got the C, the F, and to the B flat, back and forth, right? And the only other part is an A minor, down to an F. A minor, dun, 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 and then G. And then that, when he comes back out of that, he just goes C to F.
That's it. You a funky strumming, Neil. I'm ready for some funky
Okay.
strumming.
Well, for the beginning of it, I'm mainly using downstrokes. But when I make that change, there's an upstroke. I'll put that in. Yeah, so that just gives me that speed.
Oh, now I get it. That's cool.
And so it's really not that hard to do once you get that movement. So with that sort of stuff, I'm just hitting the bass and then the treble. That's basically it.
Ooh, we are about to go on stage at
Woo! We're going to do it, folks.
the stadium.
We're going to play with the Blues Brothers.
Everybody.
Needs. Now, if we disappear,
You know where we are, people.
we will be on twitch.tv/Guitar Colonel. I put the link in the title and the description as
Yeah.
well.
There's people over there waiting for you. There are thousands of Twitches with
Thousands
nothing
of
better
Twitches.
to do this morning than watch us.
Here we go, folks.
You'll be welcome.
We're so glad to see so many of you lovely people here tonight, and we would especially like to welcome all the representatives of Illinois' law enforcement community who have chosen to join us here in the Palace Hotel ballroom at this time. We do sincerely hope you all enjoy the show, and please remember, people, that no matter who you are and what you do to live, thrive, and survive, there are still some things that make us all the same.
Shootin. Now,
I saw a message pop
I
up
saw a couple of messages coming
on
up.
the screen suggesting they weren't entirely happy
I think I saw Warner Brothers in there.
at headquarters,
Don't like you, Warner Brothers. Let's see if we're
saying
still
you
on.
are no longer streaming.
Oh, boo. Boo to you. Well, we're on Twitch. Let's go Twitch.
We're on Twitch. We're recording.
We're recording.
We should
Is
actually
this
do.
real life? Yes, it is. 52 Red Walrus
We should
on
do,
Twitch.
Yeah, we're IRL here at the South Melbourne studios of the Guitar Colonel, doing an amazing show where we torture the birthday boy by having him play so fast his hand really steamingly
That was a good job.
hurts.
That was very good, Sir Nigel.
Wow.
Very good. Indeed.
That is a
tricky.
song I
That's,
absolutely love.
that's a classic. That's an absolute classic. And it's just, it hurts after a while playing that.
So tell me a bit about the music theory on that. What key is it in? So if somebody was going to do a solo over that while
Yes.
I managed to do how do I work out?
Well, that's
where they do
actually,
their-
it's in the key of F, even though it starts on a C.
Yeah.
Because,
C.
yeah, because you've got F. Well, it's like a 1,
F.
it's like a 5, 1, 4, 1 progression, right? If you look at it like that,
hear
it
it.
makes more
I
sense,
hear it.
but they play it up here. Okay, but the key of C doesn't have a B flat,
Nice.
but the key of F has a B flat, right? So chord 1 is the F, chord 4 is the B flat, and chord 5 is the C.
Nice.
But so that's actually a 5, 1, 4, 1 progression. But you could just play C,
got it.
blues or minor pentatonic over that would work.
Right.
You know.
Nice.
D minor is kind of the one you would use, but C blues would work perfectly.
Sounds like
Perfectly
an
for that.
excuse for a jam with
Perfectly.
Travis Winters at some stage.
Oh, I just asked him in for a jam the other day. We've been doing some bluesy stuff. Well, I gave him a page of blues.
He'd have
but,
seen the Adam show with the two rock. He'll want to come in and turn the two rock to number 3.
he's the one that put me on to Josh Smith.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he told me that he was coming. This sounds great, doesn't it?
It does sound magnificent. It's all Japanese tellies do.
Oh man, we've got that hay fever. If you're watching, we're in
Sorry,
Melbourne, Australia, and the hay fever here is just out of control. But I think the hay fever season has stages.
It does.
So there's the stage where you're sneezing all the time and you're scratching your eyes out, and then that kind of goes, and then the end stage is I've got something in my
I just find
throat.
it's different species. I don't react to very many, and this one has just got me by the throat, ladies and gentlemen.
You've got cats. You're not allergic to cats?
Not at all. No.
There you go. Isn't that incredible?
I may have drunk a little bit of beer yesterday too, Anthony. So
Yes, I did that as well.
Not sure if that's
I had some
actually
beer and wine yesterday.
impacting my vocal capabilities at all.
Beer, wine, a super late night, and I got up at like 6 or something. So, anyone else watching us today here? Yes, we have a couple of people on Twitch. Thank you for coming over,
Do I
Twitchers.
get a second request?
Yes, you do, sir. What would you like? Anything you like.
It's a song we've avoided for a long time because it's a little bit stereotypical,
Right.
and it's kind of it's not a December birthday song.
No.
So there's a song called "Slice of Heaven."
I love Slice of Heaven.
You love it,
Yeah.
because people are a bit polarised on it. You know, it's like,
man,
I heard
I
it too
love that
much,
song.
Dave Dobbyn. If I hear that one more time, I'm gonna die. So I've got braved up. I'm gonna ask, can we do "Slice of Heaven"?
We can do it. I've never done it.
It's the 1986.
I'm not going to say no to you.
It's the national anthem of New Zealand, basically.
Was it 1986?
No,
Wow.
86.
There you go.
86. Get that.
So I love that. Well, in Australia, we didn't really know diddly about Dave Dobbyn.
Yeah.
But
Even though he was living in Sydney at the time.
Was he?
Yeah, like
I didn't
so
know
many
that.
Kiwi musicians.
wow, I did not know that. Because my memory of the film clip is like a bunch of
It's
Maori
Herb.
backup singers.
It's
is that
Herbs.
right?
Yeah, it's our
Right.
probably our greatest Pacifica kind of reggae
Right.
group. The people who started it all, the anti-nuclear.
Certainly didn't look Australian.
No, so he recorded it back in New Zealand, but I've got a shock for you. And quiz question of the year.
Quiz question of the year.
I hope Michael comes on because he'll get this one, right? And no Googling.
No Googling. Quiz question for you, Twitchers.
So Dave Dobbyn wrote the song. Who produced it? It is such a famous name. Now, I'm going to give you a clue. ARIA Hall of Fame.
Molly.
Second clue, actually posthumously awarded an Order of Australia.
Damn.
For contributions to music.
Posthumously.
So, here you go. The continuity of music in our lives. One of the great Australian musicians.
Slim Dusty.
Nope. It's not a country song, mate. It's a rock song. It's a sort of rockabilly. It's got that sensibility to it. It's got the
Posthumously.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think who's.
was.
When did they bite the dust?
Oh, there was at least 3 iterations of his band, and it was
Mark Hunter.
no. You're too late. Go earlier. He was a very old man. Didn't last many years after this and died.
Australian.
Yep. A mate of Dave Dobbyn's in Sydney.
I'm gonna say. Was he a '50s rock and roll star?
Yep.
Johnny O'Keefe.
Close. Billy Thorpe.
Billy Thorpe. Really?
Billy Thorpe is the producer on Slice of Heaven.
I didn't know that. There you go.
So there's a little bit of Australian, so that's a reason for us to play it this morning.
Cool. We're gonna do it. Someone else is on. It's Ike's Fox.
That's the problem with mate. That is the Twitch dilemma. Is that's like nobody can understand anyone's name on Twitch.
I can't understand your twitching name, sir. But we say hello to you and thanks for joining us. I feel excited that we're over on the new platform here.
It is. We're pioneers. So
we are pioneers.
Okay, so now I've requested it. I'm a little nervous. So
I'm a little nervous.
has it got any guitar?
Because technically we've never actually played it. Let's have a look.
Does it have any
Got the
guitar
chords up
parts? That's probably the question now that I think about it.
It does, yeah.
There's a lot of fluty
a lot
type
of da-da-das in it.
weird sounds.
Yeah, no, it does.
So I'm going home for Christmas. I should probably be able to play the national anthem.
Well, let's have a look at it. We've got a G.
Proper G.
To a C. Da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, hold
Down
on.
to it.
I gotta get that right.
Yeah, that might be a touch out of tune, but we'll keep going. F. Da-da-da. Da 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 da. That's it. Da 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 da. That's it, actually. You had it. You know it better than me. Try it again.
You have to sing it every day at school.
Da da da. Hey, I got a lot of faith in you. I'll stick with you, 'cause that's the bottom line. That's the trick.
Actually. It's a hard change. That's a good change.
And the only change to that is the pre-chorus. Where
Is that an A minor? Oh, that's a
Where
sweet.
did you hide your wings? So that's going to be A minor, G with a B in the bass, which is that little ditty.
Right. Where's the G in that chord, mate?
Well, play a G. Now get rid of this.
Get rid of the G.
Get rid of the G. Or G/B. So when you see a slash chord, it puts another note in the bass of it. So,
but I'm picking up
but
the G with,
I
G
get
with
rid
my
of
little
that.
finger.
Yeah, I tend to put. That sounds better, but yeah. But a lot of the time, I'll just play this one.
Okay, so it's just a G.
Yeah.
Okay, a G without the G in it, folks.
Yeah.
Got the other G in it.
So you go A minor. You could play a G. I think that would work. Hang on, let me see if it was. Yeah. Okay. So you do this. G, D, F. Do it again. Da, 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 da.
Okay, I can manage that. It's a logical progression. G, D.
Yep. That's it.
Oh, it's A
and I'll play
minor,
the
sorry.
other one.
Got it.
Love shines over my horizon. She's a slice of heaven. I'm not
call the
sure how
chords.
that. Yeah.
Just call them.
Let's call it. Let's do
follow
it.
along.
This is Slice of Heaven.
This is what happens when you
Two
turn up on a
witches.
Saturday morning and request something the Colonel hasn't ever played. He's having to
Let's
go.
do it.
He's having to go to the memory bank
I gotta go to the
from way
memory
back.
bank. Oh, Dave Dobbyn. Here we go.
It's a tough one.
That
It's
section.
It's a lot trickier than I thought.
So that's right for that part.
Yeah.
I think that's
Ends on
it.
a C, resolves on a C.
It's very. But the rhythm's quite tough. That's kind of it.
Nice.
It's
Well,
tricky.
we
It's almost
had
got
a-
a sort of a reggae feel to that in parts.
That's a reggae rock and roll. Well, of course, that is the herb side of it brought to the table, and I reckon that might be the perfect Pacific song.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant Australian producer, amazing New Zealand musician. I think it's Sir Dave Dobbyn now.
Is it?
Billy Thorpe with the Order of Australia, and the Herbs.
goodness.
Well, if they haven't got the Order of Pacifica, it's a crime because they
You need it,
they
Herbs.
saved us from those nasty French doing nuclear testing at the Mururoa Atoll.
Did they?
They had
did
a
that
song.
work?
They had a song which was around stop the testing.
Yes.
And it went so high on the charts, everyone's consciousness is going, actually, you know what? They kind of own that part of the world. Maybe we should stop the testing. What we ended up with was the Greenpeace ship in the Auckland harbour blown to pieces by the French.
Tabernac, as they say in Quebec.
And the Rainbow Warrior, and this was an era of my life, man. Like, what is going on when we had terrorism in the New Zealand harbours?
I have to go and revisit that one. I remember that, but I can't remember exactly why that was going on.
So this whole,
Tell us so, Nigel.
Herb's album and these songs became really a point of political kind of getting together on this. It's going, you know what? No, La France.
No, La France.
No, to the nuclear weapon weird stuff going on at Mururoa. And they backed off, and they don't do it anymore. But nobody can live at Mururoa for the next 1,000 years.
Oh.
That's okay.
Well, that's okay.
That's
New
okay.
Zealanders seem more advanced to me socially, I think.
Oh, I think it's just a different world. What we don't have is the radicals. We don't have your home state.
Right.
And if we did,
Queensland.
yeah, if we had.
Hello to all the viewers in Queensland.
Hello, Bob. Hello, Peter.
G'day.
Yeah. Hello, Pauline.
Ah, yes, right.
So if we had those people, we'd put them on the little island at the bottom of New Zealand.
On the 1,000.
And cut the boats off.
Right.
We'd stop the boats. So.
There must be someone like that in New Zealand, surely.
Well.
Not really.
We just don't get close. We've got some people who would like to be.
You don't have the weather. You don't have the hot tropical weather to drive you mad.
Whatever drives those people insane, I don't know. Now, have we got time for one more? Because I think I know
We've
another.
got 5 minutes.
I've got
probably.
another Sagittarian.
What have you got?
So, another elder actually, Billy Gibbons, Sagittarian.
Right. I didn't know that.
So
There we are.
let's just noodle and perfect a little bit of something from ZZTop, shall we?
ZZTop. Should we do Tush?
Oh, it's naughty.
It's
Let's
naughty.
do it.
That's naughty.
Let's do it.
We're going to rock it out a bit. You remember that one?
It's got a tricky. Goes back to the bass and that classic Billings.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as much as it sounds simple,
Okay, so we're going to take a G.
go slower, Colonel.
We have the G octave. So I'm gonna make that a double stop, right? Hello.
We're there.
Easy.
Because this is this would be the other national anthem of New Zealand, I'm afraid.
It's a popular one.
Particularly from that era.
Put it on with the boxing. Then goes to a C. Yeah.
Uh-oh. What did you just do? What's that? Oh
Big
my
stretch.
goodness.
It's an unusually big stretch on this guitar. Yeah.
It's an impossible stretch on
You can just do a shuffle. D, the chord 5. it's the C D. Yeah. C sharp D. That's it.
Right. Wow.
Oh, we've got some X Fox taken. Ah, yes. So, these are Twitch comments. Collier.
It's a miracle.
58. The buffering on Twitch is terrible. Oh, is it?
Disappointed to hear that.
I'm disappointed.
That's not the only. You wouldn't be the first Twitcher to actually comment on that.
Oh,
There's a bit of
okay.
a hanging around on there on the gaming side occasionally. It can be dire.
Still,
so we apologise for that. Fortunately, you YouTube this later on.
It will be YouTubed. We are
or
recording.
Vimeo'd
Yes.
or whatever it takes
I
to
hope
get
it's
past
recording.
whatever
Are
we
you recording?
whatever we get to
yes.
get past
We're
Warner
recording.
Brothers.
We'll do it. We'll make it happen.
Let's just play along.
All right.
And we should play out because that's it.
That's it, folks.
Show's
We're gonna
over,
do,
folks.
We're going to do Tush, ZZTop.
I wish myself a happy birthday with 3 fine songs.
Happy birthday,
One
son Nigel.
amazing vintage Gretsch.
Yeah.
How much is this thing? Like $5 million?
2.6.
2.6.
2.6. Reduced from 5 million.
Yeah, it's
down
a
to
beautiful
2.6.
thing, and you've got a very well
This is
valued
kinda
Japanese
cool.
Telecaster.
Yeah. It's beauty.
And
It
that-
looks a lot like the real 54 that came in.
It does, and look
Looks
at the
more
colour.
like this. Yeah. It's like it's not quite a butterscotch yellowy sort of.
There's a little bit of translucence in it. You can see the wood. It's all
Well,
good.
interesting about that 54 that came in is that was right before they started doing the white body guitar.
Right.
And so the yellow on that 54 was almost a white. It was like that
Very
transition.
faded, right? Oh, that was a great
Here we
era.
go.
I've been up, I've been down, take my word, my way round. I ain't asking for much. I said, Lord, take me downtown. I'm just looking for some touch. I've been bad, I've been good, Dallas, Texas, Hollywood. I ain't asking for much. I said, Lord, take me downtown. I'm just looking for some touch. Take me back, way back home, not by myself, not alone. I ain't asking for much. I said, Lord, take me downtown. I'm just looking for some touch.
Woo! Thanks, folks.
Woohoo! That is a great way to go.
You're watching on YouTube. Please subscribe. We need your subscriptions.
Yes,
and,
indeed.
Happy birthday to Nigel.
Thank you. Thanks
Happy
for
birthday to myself.
playing these beautiful guitars.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in a week.
We'll see you next week, and then it's 2 shows left.
2 shows
till
to go. One has to have Christmas songs, and the other one I want to go back to the rock book.
Back to Rock Book, back to Christmas. See you all next week. Ciao.